Okay, so 11.2 prep. Now, if you were here back in December, we did 11.1 prep. So the speculations we had back then was, what can you prep that has to do with player power for the next patch, right? Back then, everyone said you cannot prep for 11.1. There's nothing to prep for 11.1. But we knew prep stuff. Yep, we knew a lot of prep stuff. Of course, we saw it on the PTR, but we were not sure will this go into live. But it went into live. Then, when it went live, and we used all the preps that we have done, and we got loads of crests and all this shit, that's when people start noticing that they were getting a lot of crests and stuff from red factions. So people noticed it when it went live, right? So what's the problem right now? The problem right now is, when we did it back then it was like, you know, barely anyone knew about it, right? So that means Blizzard didn't know about it. Then it went live, and then people start getting stuff that didn't know they would get, but they got it. Which means that now Blizzard's eyes are on it. So the question now will be, will Blizzard care about this? Or will they actually change it so it won't work anymore? That we don't know. So we're still like we were back in December. What were we back in December? We did it and we were thinking either it works or it doesn't work, right? And now we're gonna do the same. Either it's gonna work or it's not gonna work. So what the hell am I talking about? One of the things that you can prep for is to make sure that you have your reputation on the different renowns more or less to the maximum because of all this. Valorstone, crests, keys, crests, carved. What happened in PTR back in December, January was that we saw that these crests turned into Season 1 crests. When it went live later, it turned out that they turned into Season 1 crests. Carved Undermine. Now, we don't know if that's going to be still a thing, or if Blizzard be like, oh shit, oh we didn't think of this, so now we need to change it. We don't know if they're going to do that or not. However, we're of course going to think of this. So basically, all the renowned factions, they give us crests, they give us Valorstones. We're going to see how much they actually give. And that's why I want a character that's not going to play so much. So we're going to go and click, we're going to go and grab all of them from all the places. Because my renown is maximum all these places. Even now Undermine, Cortez Undermine as well. It also gives crests and stuff. I was more sure back in January that this will be a thing when it comes out, when season 1 comes out. I was more sure that that will 100% happen because we saw it in the PTR. That change happened in the PTR. But since after it went live and a lot of people start talking about it and it became a thing about it, right? Now I'm not so sure anymore because now Blizzard's eyes are on it and they might actually change it so it will stay as Undermine crest and they won't change it to the next type of crest. Let's hope they will. But I think there's a less chance now. So what can you do? If you want to min-max the shit out of your life, let's say you want to play Paladin, okay? My Red Paladin, for example. Let's say I want to play my Red Paladin season 3. If I really want to min-max a Red Paladin, what I should do right now is that I should level up a new Red Paladin. And I should gear up a new Red Paladin now during the gearing phase of all the catch-up stuff. Why should I do that? Well, because if I level up a new character, I will have all renowned factions ready to go. All renowned factions, all crests, everything on my characters. So that's if you really want to min-max it. Make a totally new character and you start gearing up from today. Because now is the catch-up time, right? We're gonna make a guide this week on the gearing up as well. Because then you're gonna have access to all these on five factions as well. Not only this one faction. So then when the season hits, don't forget, this is not part of the cap, the 90 cap. Don't forget that. This is not part of the 90 cap. This was last season when we did the same thing. We actually had 321 carved crests on the first day of the patch. And people said you can't prep. We knew you could prep. We prepped our ass off. That's not even all. You can get more. Keys was not for the new season though. The keys was for the old season. Okay. So that's one part that you get this. But of course, on this channel, we don't put all eggs in one basket. You always have to look at all the other possibilities where you can get shit to prepare for the next season. So the second thing that has to do with prep is this kind of stuff. All these activities. You have the World Soul, Call of the World Soul, the Archivist, and the Delve one. In general, they rotate like one a week, and then they rotate which one it is. But if you haven't done one, then you get... That's why I have 3 up, because... time has passed, then you get all three eventually up. But normally it's like one of them comes up each week. That you have. These 3 quests, by the way, the World Soul and the Archivist and the Delve one, gives you a Pinnacle Cache. This one gives you a Theater Trove. weekly quest. Halofall, Radiant Cache, the Spreading the Light event. Ringing Deeps, the Awakening Machine, you get the Awakening Mechanical Cache. Also Ringing Deep, Snuffling, you get the Snuffling bag. Ask Ahead, you complete that, you get one of the Ask Ahead bags. Then you also have 2 special assignments a week that gives you an adventure cache out here. And you also have one in Undermine. Then you also have the weekly Undermine one. We have to do this driving around, I think, Urge to Surge, whatever it's called. That's another cache. All these caches are the events that are for this expansion. All these caches will be active in the next patch. Exactly like they were active from Season 1 to Season 2. Meaning, the crest you get from the caches will become the crest for the next patch. So what we did back in January was that we prepared. We did all these weeklies. Every week, every event. We didn't open the bags, we saved the bags. We saved the bags until the patch goes live. And that's when we popped up all the bags. Because now, those bags turns into the new season rewards, not the old season rewards. So what does that mean? The preparation you can do is that you do you farm all these bags now, you keep it in the bank. When the patch hits, that's when you open it, because it turns into the new seasonal patch. So that's what we did, and that's why we got so much from season 1 to season 2. Now, since this happened once, maybe Blizzard will think, okay, we don't want this to happen again. They might do so that it's different IDs on them, different ID numbers on them, and it won't work anymore. We don't know. Of course, that can change. But still, that's our prep. That's what we're gonna do with our characters we're gonna play. We will do all these activities, so we're done with them every week. We're gonna have 8 bags a week until 11.2 goes live. We talk about tens up to 100 bags in total. We have loads and loads of crests and valor stones and all that shit. Okay, except for that, you thought we were done. Paragon chests. Why are they important? There's one thing that is important from a Paragon chest, and that is the World Soul Orb thingy, whatever it's called. The one that you have access to a World Soul. A Paragon chest will always 100% give you that item. That item does so that you can enter one of these World Souls. These ones. Why do you want to enter these ones? Because these ones, Radiant Echo, that's what they're called. Because these ones gives you Coffee Key Shards. Except for the Valor Stones. You want to have Coffee Key Shards. You wanna farm up as much as you can on the Coffee Keys and the Coffee Key Shards so that you can do the delves and get the best from the delves. Farming these, getting your rep up to Paragon, you can do 2, almost up to 2, just some rep behind, like 1 rep behind or something, for each one. So basically 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 bags, which means 12 of these World Soul Radiant Echoes. So you can do the World Soul ones. To get Charge, with the Charge equals delves, delves equal normal gear and hero gear for a new season. So you can get like more of it when it comes out and it's available. Those are the preps we did back in December and January for the February patch, when everyone said you cannot prep for 11.1. Everyone fucking said that. All these guides were behind exclusive content, so not so many people knew about the proper prep for 11.1. Yeah, and also stuff that was patch related that you should do on day 1, but that we need to go into PTR to see what's this patch related for 11.2. The ultimate prep for patch 11.1 posted in the end of January. How to get 8 extra early coffee keys first week in patch 11.1. Prep for 11.1, great rewards awaits 21st Jan. Oh yeah, and the Undercoin as well. That you can still do now as well. You can farm Undercoin now as well, but that one we're not gonna talk about now, because Undercoin they always like they reset them. But we found out the way you can like indirectly farm Undercoins. So yeah, all that was behind exclusive content. So of course no one fucking knew about it. But now we'll see. Now when we're gonna come to the next season, they might do the changes now. We don't know. But of course we're still gonna prep. Like of course we're still gonna prep. Of course we do all the things we did for preparation for 11.1, we're gonna do for 11.2.